Speaking of things that add to our economy, Preview Las Vegas kicks off this morning. It's the chance for business owners and the public to learn more about what revenue could be coming to the Valley in 2019.
Yeah, and in today's Morning Original, 13 Action News reporter Alicia Patillo gives us a look at how what's being discussed could actually impact you. Always an interesting event, Alicia.
That's right. Good morning, ladies. Such an exciting time to be here in Las Vegas. This year is going to be a big year for economic growth. And at 7 a.m., Preview Las Vegas kicks off right here. From the hottest trends to over 100 organizations, Preview Las Vegas is giving you a look at what's ahead here in the Valley. Here at Preview Las Vegas, thousands of businesses and community leaders will be highlighting their goods and services. Organizers say it's an open invitation for you to network and grow your business. We sat down with Cara Clarke from Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce to discuss how this can all benefit you.
But it really is the place for you to be, to really hear about what's ahead for our community and how you as a business person can take advantage of it. And it's also a great way to network, and we have a trade show.
Again, doors open at 7 a.m. and speakers are expected to hit the stage at 8 a.m. all the way to 11:30. Ladies, back to you.
All right, Alicia, thanks so much. Yeah, it's 2 hours of really key, interesting information.
Yeah.
So many people, from the folks over at the Convention Center to Live Nation. And it's always interesting to hear their take for the year ahead, because we always have exciting developments.
Well, that's just what I was going to say. A lot of cities, I think they're like, what are we going to see?
Yeah.
But in Las Vegas, there's always so much.
I know.
Every year, there's so much to be excited about.
Yeah, and Cara was even saying in 2020, we have a whole explosion happening,
Sure,
you know, of stuff
sure.
just popping up. So it's a good time to be a Las Vegan.
Good.
All right, a new book, Reigniting the Debate Over Marijuana. What doctors have to say about the author's claim that the drug leads to mental illness.
Temperatures very cold this morning, but this afternoon we're headed into the upper 50s around Aliante. Could hit the low 60s in Sunrise Manor and Nellis Air Force Base. Also near 60 in the southwest, as well as down toward Green Valley. We're going to track which part of the weekend could be pretty windy. You'll want to pay attention to that if you've got some outdoor plans.
And if you're in the northwest part of the valley, you might have noticed more crews in the Centennial Bowl. I'll tell you how NDOT is making your drive safer.
Well, this morning we are learning more about one of the 3 homicides we told you about yesterday. Now, this one happened Tuesday in North Las Vegas, and police are saying that they are looking for 2 suspects connected to the deadly shooting near Commerce and Lone Mountain. Witnesses told them the victim was approached by these 2 suspects before the shooting. The victim died at the scene. Police do not believe this was a random act of violence. They are looking into the relationship between the victim and the suspects.
After an ongoing battle over when the State of the Union address will be held late last night, the president decided to agree with House Speaker Pelosi and hold off on his speech until after the government reopens.
She doesn't want the American public to hear what's going on, and she's afraid of the truth.
Well, the shocking concession by the president after he tried to call out House Speaker Nancy Pelosi yesterday, sending her a letter saying he still planned to deliver the address next Tuesday. Pelosi responded with her own letter, officially canceling it until the government reopens. Today, the Senate will vote on 2 bills aimed at reopening the government, but neither are expected to make their way to the president.
Well, we know many of you may be looking for some extra work right now, and the Fremont Street Experience is holding a job fair today. They have numerous positions available, including a Slotzilla ride operator and a retail associate positions, many positions in that. Now, the job fair is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and you can apply online at vegasexperience.com. And Walmart's looking to hire some 900 truckers for nearly $90,000 a year. Job candidates need to have at least 30 months of full-time commercial driving experience, as well as no serious traffic violations in the past 3 years. To apply, you just visit Walmart's website.
A tough loss for our Vegas Golden Knights. They fell to the Nashville Predators. Oh, 2-1.
Not good.
Played by Stasny, out in front, top, across, score!
Well, while it was a rough night at T-Mobile, the team says this was the 3rd largest regular season crowd in team history. More than 18,000 were at the Fortress last night. The team will now take an 8-day break for the NHL All-Star Weekend. Marc-Andre Fleury will represent the Knights during the game in San Jose, so pretty good stuff. Somebody put a little wheel of statistics, and we're apparently still in the game here, and we're doing really, really good, so we'll bounce back.
Yeah, we're in playoff contention halfway
Sure.
through the season, and had a nice date night last night with my wife, and even though we lost, the candied pecans, they're delicious. The soft serve swirl, amazing. So it wasn't all bad. A lot of sunshine out there on this Thursday. Now by the afternoon, a few 20-mile-per-hour gusts. Saturday delivers 25-mile-per-hour gusts. And then Monday into Tuesday, a little more wind. It'll be a bit less intense than I was telling you yesterday, but we will have to time out a couple of breezes off and on over the next few days. A couple degrees milder right now than it was this time yesterday. But when I say mild, it's relative, and between me and you, it's very cold outside. It's 41 in McCarran. We are 36 right now at Sunrise Manor, 39 in Henderson, 34 around the Henderson Airport, and we've got a temperature of 44 in Centennial Hills. Anytime the breeze blows, even though it's only 3, 4, 5 miles per hour, that does tend to send the temperatures climbing by a few degrees. Regardless, bundle up. It's a cold morning. We have a lot of sunshine out there today. Your 13-hour forecast starts close to 40 degrees at 6 a.m. As we head into the afternoon, we're in the low 60s, plenty of sun, but 13 hours later, by 7 p.m., we're falling down into the low 50s. Your high today, 61 in Las Vegas, 63 in downtown Henderson, 60 in Pahrump, 60 in Mesquite. Tonight, another cold one, dropping back down into the mid and the upper 30s. Tomorrow, nearly identical temperatures, close to 60 degrees. Should be calm for your Friday, so we're pumped about that. And we think that the weekend looks pretty good. Saturday will be a touch breezy. If you're doing anything outside, you'll be fine both weekend days, but I think Sunday may be a touch more pleasant as we'll have calm conditions. A little milder in the mid-60s this weekend. Now, Marissa, another push of some wind on Monday and Tuesday, but absolutely no chance of rain over the next 7 days.
No rain. Thank you, Justin. Update for you guys on that fire in downtown right near the Spaghetti Bowl just off the freeway here. This is Bonanza and 8th Street. We are just hearing that Bonanza is closed between MLK and 8th Street in both directions. We know that because Christina is in live drive for us this morning, giving us a little bit more information on how that will impact you. You can see all these crews here. That's what's blocking Bonanza right now. Avoid that if you're headed out the door. If you're in the northwest part of the valley, don't forget the 95 north to eastbound 215 will be closed until tomorrow morning at 5. Here's your way around it. You're going to get off on Ann, hop back on the freeway here at Jones. And if you are finding that there are a lot more crews in the Centennial Bowl, you're not wrong. NDOT has started their second phase of construction there, so you will notice more crews for at least the near future. But I'll tell you how all of this is making your drive safer. Listen up.
If anyone's driven this interchange before and tried to get off to different accesses to the businesses, it's challenging.
Even if you know where you're going, driving through the Centennial Bowl in northwest Las Vegas is challenging. You're getting off on side streets, looping around. Somehow you're in a shopping center you didn't even want to be in.
When we confuse drivers, that leads to traffic crashes, that leads to traffic congestion.
Now, crews are hoping to correct that. NDOT's $73 million project will upgrade where the 95 meets the 215. Here's their plan. Crews will remove part of the Oso Blanco Road ramp and the old north to west loop. Those are the parts in yellow. That will make room for 3 new flyover ramp connections. That's in blue. Those ramps will make your drive more efficient and safer.
We think it's going to make a big difference out here.
Right now, just over 100,000 cars travel through the Centennial Bowl every day. But according to NDOT, that number could hit 160,000 cars in just a matter of years. So making the changes now is crucial to driver safety.
So basically, it would just get more congested and you'd still have the issue.
Now, it's not just these ramps they're improving. They're putting in some new drainage systems, landscaping, some lighting improvements as well. So, but obviously the ramps is what everybody's excited about because it is confusing.
Well, it is, and you were even saying if you don't live up there,
Yeah.
especially for folks that live there, you might just get used to it, but you're like, wait, where am I going?
I get
what am
lost
I doing?
every time.
Every time, I do too.
Yeah. All right, good to know they're making way. Thanks, Marissa.
Your Honor, it would appear that he does have some psychotic symptoms, although it's also quite possible that he's exaggerating some of those symptoms.
One alleged kidnapper faces a judge for the first time after police found a missing woman inside his apartment. The breakdown he had in court after hearing the charges.
A young Boston woman back home this morning, her alleged kidnapper facing a judge for the first time just one day after police found the 23-year-old.
ABC's Victor Oquendo shows us the moment the suspect broke down in court in today's GMA First Look.
Back up, folks. Come on.
Kidnapping suspect Victor Pena arriving to a crush of cameras at this Boston courthouse. Inside, the 38-year-old wearing a white jumpsuit, crumpled over, crying, pleading not guilty to kidnapping 23-year-old Olivia Ambrose.
No objection at this time.
A psychiatrist telling the court that Pena said he was hearing voices.
Your Honor, it would appear that he does have some psychotic symptoms, although it's also quite possible that he's exaggerating some of those symptoms.
The arraignment coming just one day after police say Ambrose was found alive in Pena's apartment, seen here arriving home following a harrowing 3-day ordeal.
We are beyond happy to have Livy home. It's amazing.
And we'll have more on the dramatic arrest coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, New York.
That was some incredible police work. They found her quickly. I know for her family it didn't feel quick, but it really was fast.
Yeah. All right, a major break in a sexual assault case as well.
We owed this arrest to the victim. We owed this arrest to the newest member of our community, that innocent baby.
A trusted caregiver now accused of raping a woman in a vegetative state. How police were able to link him to the crime. And later.
Going into Chuck E. Cheese and stealing people's wallets? Those items are stolen.
Well, an alleged thief caught in the act. How one woman was able to track down the person who stole her wallet.
Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark.
Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, grandma shark, do-do.
A nurse a family thought they could trust, now accused of raping their daughter, who's been living in a vegetative state for years. The words the healthcare facility had for the victim following the arrest.
Drones have been known to cause havoc for pilots in our valley, but now there is a new tool that can literally stop the devices mid-flight.
Doctors weigh in on how marijuana can impact your teenager's mental health. The new book that has many parents concerned.
How many times must the cannonballs fly?
While some get hyped for the actual game, others just can't wait to see those Super Bowl commercials. We have a sneak peek at what you can expect this year.
But first, Justin, this one is for you and everybody else who has dreamed of having their first cup of coffee without even leaving bed. There is now an alarm clock that is also a coffee maker. Yeah, costs you about $450 to wake up to the aroma of a fresh brew, but that might be $450 very, very well spent.
It does seem odd that there hasn't been one before.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a completely off the charts concept, right?
To me, hey, cheers to you.
We
Dana.
love our coffee. Yeah, we've all got it.
My friend Dana at the coffee machine, which is the best part about working early in the mornings, the free coffee at work. Although I have on my $20 like drip percolating coffee maker at home a timer.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not within. It's not. You can't lay in bed and grab. That's the whole beauty of it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cup number 3. Got a couple more to go this morning. Let's talk about the forecast. Certainly cold enough for a hot cup of steaming coffee. We've got temperatures that are in the 30s right now. And we are talking about temperatures, curiously, a little milder around Summerlin at 51. So here's the deal. There's an atmospheric setup called an inversion. Very cold air in the low levels. Summerlin, you know, is up at about 3,500 feet elevation. There's actually a little bit of a warmer layer aloft. So that's why you're closer to 50 on the west side of the valley. Doesn't always work out that way. Interesting. A lot of sunshine in your 13-hour forecast. Happy to report we'll be near 60 this afternoon. So bundle up for sure this morning. Heavy coat, hat, scarf, gloves if you're outside. But Marissa, I do think that by the afternoon, a sweatshirt or a light jacket and you'll be just fine.
Thank you, Justin. Keeping our eye on that fire in downtown. This is on Bonanza, just off the Spaghetti Bowl here. Take a look. Bonanza is closed in both directions near 8th Street. That's going to be between MLK and 8th Street. You can go ahead and take Washington instead this morning. Here's a look at those traffic cameras. You can see police here making cars U-turn here. They're actually going the other way to make a U-turn. So avoid that area because you will be detoured. All right, don't forget the 15 South is going to be closed tonight between Flamingo and Russell. If you want to get around this, exit Tropicana, take Las Vegas Boulevard down, hop back on the freeway at Russell. Let's take a look at those drive times. Give yourself a couple extra minutes if you have to take the 15 South.
Well, the debate over teens and marijuana reignited thanks to a new book which details the connection between the drug and certain mental illnesses like schizophrenia.
The book is titled Tell Your Children the Truth About Marijuana, Mental Illness, and Violence. It was published earlier this month, and already it's sparking conversation among parents and doctors. Right now, the National Institute of Health spends millions researching the impact of cannabis on the brain.
Whether we like it or not, we have millions of people that are actually using the substances, and we should educate ourselves and kind of find the strong data to back up our recommendations going forward.
Okay, so there isn't strong data right now. Doctors say for the time being, science really doesn't back up the idea that marijuana can cause mental illness. But here's what you need to keep in mind. Since the brain is still developing in teenagers, most doctors do recommend no one under the age of 25 use marijuana.
Well, an airport in New Jersey is the latest to deal with a drone encounter. We told you about that. But Las Vegas is no stranger to these type of incidents, and they don't just impact pilots. They can actually impact firefighters. Bomb techs from Las Vegas Fire and Rescue and Nellis Air Force Base got to test these yesterday. Look at this. They're called drone killers, and they use radio waves to stop a drone midair. Each device runs about $25,000, and they are already being used in the military. Local fire responders are considering making the purchase that they say this new tool could actually really be a game changer when it comes to your safety. So looks like an amazing tool and might be a great idea.
A major break in a sexual assault case. A trusted caregiver, now labeled as an alleged rapist, accused of impregnating a woman who was in a vegetative state at a healthcare facility in Phoenix. 36-year-old Nathan Sutherland was arrested yesterday. Sutherland refused to give a DNA sample to police, but was ordered to get one by a judge, and the results came back confirming he's the father.
We owed this arrest to the victim. We owed this arrest to the newest member of our community, that innocent baby.
Sutherland has now been fired from the Hacienda Healthcare, the facility apologizing to the victim and her family after the arrest. Sutherland has yet to enter a plea. Police say the mother, who's been in a vegetative state since she was 3 years old, by the way, and the new baby are both doing fine.
Well, a mass murder at a bank in Central Florida. Police saying a 21-year-old gunman called 911 and admitted to opening fire inside the building.
We've suffered a significant loss at the hands of a senseless criminal doing a senseless crime.
Victims' family members told us they were still waiting for answers, but the silence on the other end of cell phones constantly ringing confirmed what they already knew.
Well, at least 5 people were killed before the gunman surrendered. The gunman had worked as a trainee with the Florida Department of Corrections, but recently resigned. Overnight, investigators searching his home, which is just 6 miles from the bank. The suspect's father says that he is heartbroken for his son and the victims, adding his son has always been a good kid. He had his troubles, but he has never hurt anyone ever before.
A North Carolina community came together late last night to hold a vigil as the search for a missing 3-year-old boy continues. Dozens turned out after many spent the night searching for the toddler.
It was very hard out there, especially as it got dark. It was really, the darker it got, it was I've been searching for hours. He's going to come home.
Volunteers from the U.S. Marines are helping police search for Casey Hathaway. He went missing Tuesday afternoon near his grandmother's home in rural Craven County. His family says he was playing with other kids in the backyard, and the other kids came in, and he was out there still. No sign of the boy. Now, temperatures in North Carolina are near freezing. Investigators hope the boy has found shelter, maybe in someone's shed or garage.
Yeah, they did say there was a lot of dangers out there, like ditches and things like that, and that's their worry. So hopefully they find him.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Sometimes we hear these stories and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, thank goodness he's alive.
That's
so
right.
Let's hope for that. Well, remember the missing Wisconsin teen who was found months after she was taken from her home? Well, police now say that Jamie Kloss is getting $25,000 in that reward for saving herself.
Well, she was kidnapped from her home in October and both of her parents were killed. The 13-year-old escaped captivity nearly 3 months after she went missing. Turkey company Jennie-O says it will give the $25,000 reward money to Jamie. Both of her parents worked for the turkey company. The FBI offered another $25,000 in reward money, but the question of who gets that portion remains up in the air. But you know, she'd give the money back in a heartbeat to have things back to normal and her parents back. But it seems appropriate that she'll get that money and maybe tuck it away for college or something for her new life.
Yeah, she's had a hard
Rough
few months.
time, yes.
The future's going to be hard for her too.
Yeah, it will be. New this morning, illusionist Chris Angel has added a new addition to his family.
So blessed he's healthy. He's a beautiful baby boy, just like Johnny Christopher.
What a cute family. The magician posted this video on his Twitter announcing the birth of a healthy baby boy. Christos Yanni was born, I should say, earlier this week. Planet Hollywood also congratulating Chris on the new bundle of joy. He debuted his new show at the Chris Angel Theater last weekend. Now this is Chris's second son. You can see Johnny Christopher there as well. Johnny just ended chemo treatment, so they've been celebrating that.
Yes.
And Chris saying that, boy, what a blessing to have both these wonderful kids
got a
in
lot
his
of
life.
Big news.
Yeah.
A healthy boy done with chemo, a healthy new baby, a new show.
Right.
Life's good.
It's a good week for him, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, besides the big game, many who watch the Super Bowl from home look forward to the commercials. This morning, we're getting a sneak peek at some of the biggest ads.
ABC's Janae Norman shows us which ones are expected to be a hit.
With an epic and grand arrival,
The answer, my friend.
Budweiser reaches back to its majestic roots, and after a year off, bringing back the Clydesdale horses.
The Budweiser Clydesdale horses are a Super Bowl tradition. They've been appearing in their Super Bowl ads since 1986.
And this exclusive ad reveal, their return ushered in with a Bob Dylan classic, Blowin' in the Wind.
How many times must the cannonballs fly?
We'll see them driving past a wind farm, which is a nod to Budweiser's move towards using renewable energy with wind.
The Dalmatian named April, the beloved Budweiser mascot, also aboard. And other big celebrity names are starting to leak out from the secret commercials lineup, some confirmed.
Serena Williams will be starring in an ad for Bumble, the dating app. It's Bumble's first ad in the Super Bowl, and it's sure to be a big statement about female empowerment.
I'm not kidding. Unlock the door.
And Christina Applegate's M&M's ad, where she plays a woman who is frustrated about not being able to get into her car.
I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning.
But the big star, Cardi B, will make a huge cameo in Pepsi's Big Splash. Here in a sneak peek from the commercial set, Steve Carell reading the script for the ad set in a diner.
That right there is just funny.
Right?
Steve Carell, even when you look at him, it's funny.
Oh,
Because he's just a funny guy.
My son's already telling me Doritos will have the best ad, Mom. He thinks Doritos ads. He watches Dorito ads on YouTube. They have tons and tons and tons of funny Doritos ads on YouTube, and so that's who he thinks is going to crank out the funniest.
All right, I'm with him, and I love Doritos.
Right?
Oh, that's a guilty pleasure.
We've got a lot of news still to come for you, including tracking an alleged thief.
RPD's on her way. She's already stolen from Kohl's, too.
Well, how about one woman was able to track down the person who stole her wallet as the thief was using her credit card? How this all went down coming up.
Plus, shocking video shows a man jumping on the hood of a woman's car and then smashing her windshield with his bare hands. How this all started.
So a lot of us are in the 30s this morning. Later this afternoon, we'll make a run toward the low 60s, so noticeably milder both today and tomorrow versus where we've been the last couple of days. Marissa, we do have some wind. We'll time it out for today and then look ahead to what could be a windy weekend next.
Crews working to put out a fire in downtown just off the Spaghetti Bowl. This is on Bonanza, and these crews are blocking Bonanza between MLK and 8th Street. Your way around it coming up. Crews still working to put out that fire in downtown. This is on Bonanza right now. You can see this purple. That road is completely blocked between MLK and 8th Street. If you want to get around it, Washington is open this morning. Taking a look at our traffic cameras, you can see police here actually making cars U-turn around. So I'll have a closer look coming up at this road closure and more on your commute coming up here in the next few minutes. Justin?
Thank you, Marissa. We are talking about a little bit of wind this morning, not much, but a slight 6-mile-per-hour breeze right now at the airport. Now, later this afternoon, really lunchtime through dinner time, the potential for a couple of 20-mile-per-hour gusts coming in from the northeast. So it's not a big deal, but it is going to be a little more wind than we had yesterday. Tomorrow looks calm, but the weekend, perhaps not so much. We're going to track a big, mild trend in your 7-day planner and time out that weekend wind in a moment.
All right, thanks, Justin. Disturbing video out of California shows a man jumping on the hood of a car and smashing the windshield. The woman behind the wheel says her 2 daughters were in the back seat. She says she went to pick up a friend when the man in the video followed her friend, upset about something. She tried to drive away, but the man followed her and came close to ramming her car.
I was just in panic mode and shock and everything all at once.
The man got away. The woman was unable to get his license plate, but she's still hoping that this video will help police find him.
All right, well, here's some video you have to see. Imagine having your wallet stolen and confronting the person who had it. A woman in California did just that and decided to film the whole thing. Watch.
Going into Chuck E. Cheese and stealing people's wallets? Those items are stolen.
Well, the woman says she was celebrating her niece's birthday at Chuck E. Cheese when she noticed her wallet was missing. Minutes later, she got notifications from her bank app about purchases being made at Kohl's and Walmart. So she and a friend decided to go straight to the store. Now they alerted a manager and were able to track down the woman.
RPD's on her way. She's already stolen from Kohl's, too.
Once I said, you know, that's my wallet with my keys, he went up to her and he was like, you know, we can't sell this to you. You're not purchasing this with your own money.
Well, the woman was able to get her wallet and keys back, but when police came to take a report, the woman was already gone. I don't know why I can't help but laugh that this lady got busted. And that hat is something else.